Creative Leaps International came into existence in 1991. And here we are, 2014, that's about 23 years. And we've certainly been growing and acquiring an ever more international character to our work. And at this point, as we look to the future, we are more motivated than ever to be of service globally, both to universities, to business schools, to corporations, and NGOs, all around the earth. Our hope and intention is that each concert of ideas sets the participant on a kind of journey. And we initiate that journey through our opening piece of music, which is called Fanfare for the Common Man, a fanfare based on a great melody called Simple Gifts. That's a thrilling first moment. And after that thrill, it's now important to establish our personal rapport with the audience, that we are not here to garner applause. We hope that happens. We are here to be in the service of setting the minds and hearts of each person in curious exploratory motion. We are literally there for them, and we invite the audience to pay attention not just to what we do, but to what's happening here and here for them. A second step in the journey of the audience is set in motion by an activity we call snippets. A snippet is a short piece of music, 20 or 30 seconds long. And through this, we invite the audience to listen not with a sense of interpretation, but very simply, how does the music make you feel? In just one word. Is it joyful? Is it wistful? Is it sorrowful? Is it melancholy? What did you see in your imagination?
Like a old British hunting scene with the deer being chased and people on horseback.
Horses and carriages.
Horses and carriages. And as the individuals of the audience respond in this way, they not only realize that each of us has a different response to any specific stimuli. But that they are processing in exactly the right way. That to listen is to pay attention both to imagination and to heart. And the more they pay attention to the details of their imagination, the more they value the details of their imagination. And that's the fundamental premise from which innovation happens. You can only innovate if you pay attention to the details and give importance to those details from your own imaginations.
You're all going to be my congregation. Are you ready to be my congregation? Yes. Can I have an amen? Yes, thank you.
When our audiences walk into the room, most of them have no idea what's about to happen. When we worked in Washington, D.C., we were working with government executives there as well, and they sat there like this saying, "What's this for? I see a piano and kettle drums. What's going to happen here?"
Put your books down. Stand up. Stand up, congregation.
And after 2 or 3 minutes of sitting with their arms crossed and wondering, suddenly they relax and their eyes begin to sparkle. And they realize that this is going to be fun, engaging, and is going to take them into places they've never been before. And if we're doing our job well, they don't even know that they're learning something. We endeavor to set the mind in motion in such a way that you're not even consciously aware of what's happening. And that's when the best learning happens. By the time the concert of ideas is complete, so many metaphors and ideas have been hurled into the night skies of their imagination that by the end of the experience, they can't wait to talk to their colleagues about this, about that, the impressions that they had, and what the ideas began to do for them in terms of their own lives and the issues that they're wrestling with. We call this process learning by surprise. Learning by surprise. And when you are conscious about the learning process, you often have your defenses up, and you are more constrained by the received knowledge that is a part of your field. And if you are simply open and listening and exploring, perhaps enjoying, savoring, reflecting, none of those barriers are present. And if the learning takes you by surprise at that moment, you've got something to take home. These are folks who are already on board with the idea that they need to serve as change agents, that the status quo isn't sufficient, and we can't just do the same thing again and again and hope for different results. So they are seeking not just the skill sets that might be found in the arts and in other places, but also a way to cultivate values and attitudes which will motivate them to act. Because unless we transform imagination into action, well, the drawing board may look good, but the world will stay the same. You know, when we started this company, we had at its center the idea that the arts are both a source of refreshment and enlightenment, nourishment for us, but also that they could be used in this interdisciplinary capacity to reach into other fields, and not just academic departments, but other aspects of our lives. The people we work with, work for, are changing who we are. You know, the great Winston Churchill said, "I am large, I contain multitudes." And that was a true statement for him because he listened well to the millions of people under his care. And those of us who are part of Creative Leaps and are traveling the world and working in one community and another and another and another, the more we let in, the richer we become.